Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with my DT page for Dotty About Flair, and I'm using today's sketch from 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And this sketch was designed by Janet Fritz, also known as Galaxy Girl, and I'm sure many of you are followers of hers. This is the first time I've actually seen one of her sketches, and it's amazing. I love it. And of course, I'm going to destroy it with Calvinball points. I have a crazy idea. I actually see something that I need to fix. I went ahead and put together my photo cluster, and I just noticed I had some adhesive showing underneath that word strip or phrase strip or whatever we want to call it. Let me get this back over. I've got a few of the points I'm going to use on this cluster, but for right now, I'm going to put it aside because it's going to kind of lay right about there. This heart that I'm showing you, I've cut out of typing paper, and I've already used it to do some mixed media on another page. But that's going to go kind of like that. So I know now that I can adhere this kind of right under where this is going to go. And it won't, if it messes up when I pull the adhesive up, if it messes up the paper underneath, it's not going to show. But I need something to kind of keep this in place. And my crazy idea is I've got a tray of stamps that I pulled out because at one time or another they had things in them that would get me Calvinball points. And I've kind of kept them. There's one of my trays in this photo. I'll bring it back later. There's wet glue drying. In the photo, it shows my desk with all my mixed media supplies kind of that way. And the big rack that I have that has all of the, it's like a baker's rack. It holds my sequins and enamel dots and other embellishments and some mixed media stuff on top. But most importantly, my giant stack of boxes of Flair. And I have moved those down to the floor over to the right side of my desk in case I need to replace any of these. Over here is a stack of Flair that will get me points, but I may or may not need them. Today is a no stacking day, and so I can't, like a green Flair with hearts on it would normally get me 3 points, one for hearts, one for green, and one for Flair, but we can't stack, so it has to be green or hearts or Flair. And so you'll see as I go along. So I'm going to go through the stamps, and I'm going to pull out my stamp blocks and kind of go around the edge of the heart stamping stuff. Now I need to kind of know where things are not going to show. So I'm going to kind of mark like right there and right there as the part that my photo cluster is going to need to go. And then we'll see where we end up. I can't say that I will put every single Calvinball point on this page either during this filming or even after. I am pretty slammed with stuff to do, but I'm gonna try my darndest to get as much on as possible. I'm gonna kind of stick this stack right here because I'm afraid that stack will fall over. Before I go, I'm gonna kind of get rid of. I'm gonna use the wood-mounted stamps. I don't have very many of those. I took a bunch. These were all acquired after I had removed the rubber stamps off of all of my wood grain stuff. I'm just going to start kind of right here and stamp part way on, part way off, so that when I pull this up, let's see if I can show you, that's going to show. And I'm hoping that that counts as a shamrock. Not all the leaves are on there, but we kind of, you and I know what that is. And I'm just going to toss that down on the floor. Now, I don't need that one because I don't think we have a sun or a moon. I have here a pineapple, and I don't really need the pineapple because I have a pineapple flare. So I'm going to put it here. The duck is no longer a point. I also have a sloth flare, so I don't need this little sloth stamp. I have a hedgehog flare, so I don't need the hedgehog. And I have a different little, oh my goodness. I knew this was going to be kind of difficult. Let me just, instead of telling you what I don't need, I'm going to get something that I do need and see how it goes. I don't need a camera, but I do need a film strip. So I have this film strip. Now I need a block that is big enough to hold it. And all my blocks are here. I'm gonna ink just the part that's on the block, and then I'm not sure where I want to put this. I'm gonna go maybe right there. And part of it will be obscured, but you can tell that's a film strip. So I'm going to put this back in the package. I could use one of these cameras, and I love those, but I do have a camera. Do I have a camera on a flare? I do not. So let's pull out a camera. Let's stamp us a little camera. Okay. And I have lots of different, I have paper cameras and rub-on cameras and all kinds of cameras that I could use, and several different stamps. But I like to mix it up, and I haven't used that stamp yet. So you see, it's gonna, just the top of that's gonna show, but that's okay. Let me put this back in and then toss this down on the floor. Okay, right here I have a stack of books, and I kind of want to do that on there. I love this stack of books. It's one of those architectural type drawings that Tim Holtz does. So let's see where I want this. I'm going to go ahead and put it maybe like right there. Okay. That looks enough like a stack of books. I'm actually thinking that I may use this inside part one of these days. So this goes in a stamp set. I'm actually going to lay it in the tray because I will use that again. Now I'm going to take this set. This has, we get a point for a gnome and a point for a mushroom and a point for a house. And I actually have a mushroom that's a house. So on on days that we can stack, that would get me 2 points. And if I colored it in, it would get me 3. But I'm gonna have to use the little mushroom and the big mushroom to get this will count for the house, and this will count for the mushroom, and the little gnome is going to be right here. And this is a Lawn Fawn set called Gnome Sweet Gnome from many years back. I'm going to kind of overlap right there, and hopefully we can tell that's a gnome. Hopefully that's enough for a gnome. I'm not sure. There are no Calvinball police. It's kind of the honor system, but I'm kind of thinking that's on the edge of, and I'm going to put the house up here so you can see that it's a house. That should be good. And then I have my little tiny mushroom that I can put right there. Okay, this is kind of filling up fast, and that's a good thing because I'm going to fill the inside of it with the forms of points like the paper things and the flare and things like that that didn't fit around the outside. So that's kind of my philosophy here. This stamp set has this book, and if I hadn't used that stack of books, I'd be okay. I don't think there's anything else here. I use this clock stamp a lot because usually they have clock as one of the points on there. Okay, dinosaurs. Whoops. I'm throwing things all over the place. I have this dinosaur. This is a Lawn Fawn set called Critters from the Past. And let's see. I want something to emphasize that, like the curve of the heart. So maybe I'll go like that. Okay, that should be acceptable. And I really can't wait to start loading it up with flair because, after all, this is a DAF sort of thing here. DAF page. We get points for tropical flowers and foliage, and I'm going to go ahead and do a hibiscus right there. This is a great stamp set that came in a Mind the Scrap kit maybe a couple years ago, and I've used it rather extensively. Let's see, right here I have a bee, a tiny little bee that is really cute, and I'm gonna put it over. It's a Brutus Monroe stamp, and I got this at the Scrapping Reflections retreat. I have a flare with a bee, but I think that's the one that I'll count as my flare. And I'm going to put this bee here like he's on the back of the dinosaur, because that'll kind of give, it'll kind of fill in that area there and keep more with the heart shape. And there's a mouse there, but it's kind of big, so I'll use my little pair of mice. These guys right here, let's get them on. I've also got the birthday mouse, but I have birthday in other places. Let me put, gosh, I can't see too well. It's a rubber stamp from one of the other October Afternoon sets. Okay, there. That's absolutely perfect, I think. So I'm going to leave that and kind of keep it around. Let's see, what do I want right there? I need something small right there, and I don't have anything small enough. Let's see. Oh, okay. I have a word, a phrase here that says, so happy. Although, let's look and see what we have here. There's some more gnome stuff. There's the sloth that I have on the stamp block. Birthday, I have a birthday-ish flare, but I thought there was a cute kitty here. I wish it was a dog, because I need a dog, but it's wearing a birthday hat, and it's tiny, and it might be cute. Oh, over here by the mice, right? And what did I do with my ink pad? It's right here on top of my page, which is probably not a good idea. Maybe right there. And its little kitty cat face is split by the dinosaur. Okay, now I have a couple of larger stamps. That takes care of my small-ish ones. I'm gonna put these back down on the floor. Oh, I have, this is the stamp set that I was looking for yesterday. These open hexagons were what I needed for my page. and I never could find them. I've looked everywhere, and I never could see them. So I'm just going to kind of stick that right there for now. I'm going to use these hexagons. I'm going to stamp those on here. Kind of coming down here, and I want the 2 to be on the outside there. And hopefully that looks like hexagons. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to stamp this as if it was a bigger stamp. I'll join that one to that one. And that, even though it didn't stamp perfectly over here, I knew playing with this much ink I was going to create a mess. And yes, I am indeed. Let me put that over there. Okay, I've got this fish, and I'm going to have to stamp him. It looks so pretty and colorful there. I wish I could stamp it like that. I'm going to put his face sticking out kind of right here. Okay, let's see. That definitely gives us that point there. And then I have a lot of cleanup to do after this. I have this frame, and I'm going to ink part of it. Actually, let me ink it better over on this side. I don't want it on the edges of the stamp. Got it on there anyway, so whatever. Let me stamp it carefully. I'm going to do it this way. The part that I needed to look like a frame didn't stamp really well. This is the first time I've ever used this stamp. I got this out of in a batch of scrapping supplies from one of Katie's friends' mothers, who had given up scrapping in favor of a different craft, maybe quilting. So I'm going to take a chance that I'm approximately okay, but because there are multiple lines, I'm thinking double stamping won't hurt. You can see that that's at least one frame. And I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to put the stamps down, and on this stamp block, I have a little typewritten word that says, or a phrase that says, "so happy." And it's in typeface, so I thought maybe I could put that like right there. Okay, put that away. Now, let's look at how that turned out. You can kind of see that that's a heart, right? You really will when I start getting the, but this is the pretty part. You really will when I start getting putting some of the other things on. So what I'm going to do now is I will go ahead and put the photo cluster on. Okay, and I'm gonna kind of press that down using this foam. Okay, so I needed 3 plus more than 3 pattern papers. And I need fussy cutting. So I have this little fussy cut thing. Normally I cut it from a different pattern paper, so that would count as my 4th pattern paper. But I'm gonna actually use it as my fussy cut element. And oops, I have the top egg of my little dinosaur. I'm gonna stick it on a stamp block so I remember that I have to put it away. Okay, let me get I've lost my scissors. I have a piece of chipboard here too that I need to pull some chipboard out of. What on earth did I do with my scissors? There, of course, they're still there. All right, I'm gonna fill in something of this gap right here. And now I'm gonna take a chipboard. I have a flare with a butterfly, so I don't need a butterfly. But I like this chipboard heart. And I'm gonna put it over here on the photo cluster because it indicates that I love what I'm doing. I'll do that, and then I'll do one of my overlapping hearts on it. Do I have something yellow? I don't have. Let me see if I can find a yellow heart. I do have a yellow heart. We get points for using blue and yellow together. So I'm going to overlap that. I use blue and yellow together there, except those count as my pattern papers. And the chipboard can't count as the blue and yellow together either, because it is a, has to count as chipboard. So here's what I will do. I will create another little overlapping heart thing in just blue and yellow. And I'll put it right here. There you go. Okay, so now I'm going to put the chipboard away. My other pattern, my 4th pattern paper, I'm just going to tear a okay, I'll have to tear 2 strips of it. Because one will count as my 4th pattern paper to bring me over 3, and the other will count as torn paper. So it gets a little complicated on no stacking days, but that's how Calvinball used to be back in the old days when it was on Debbie Hodges' Get It Scrapped site. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to tear another piece. And I'm going to stick it down here. And it's one that doesn't have the white border. I don't know why that's important, but when I put two pieces of torn paper, I like to shake up whether or not they have the white border. Kind of tuck that in there, and then I can add some embellishments on top of that. Okay, so that gets me the right numbers of pattern paper. Now, let's have fun with flair. I know you've been waiting for this part. I'm going to, as I put things on, I'm going to kind of tell you what the point is. This is 3 coffee cups. It could count as blue and yellow together, but it's going to count as the coffee or tea. And I have another one that, you know, could work for that. So I'm going to do these kind of right along that border there. I'm going to do a flower first. You have to have 10 flowers showing, and there are 5 on each of these 2 flares. So I'm going to use one kind of at the beginning and one sort of at the end. There. Okay, and mushroom. I know we have mushrooms here, and I didn't really need this, but I've got it, so why not? I'm going to move this up a little bit more so it kind of overlaps where the stamped image was. We'll go there. We got a point for gold, and I have a gold flare. And as you can see, there are going to be some gaps, and that's where maybe some small stickers or sequins or something can go. Here is the butterfly. I put it on at the wrong angle, unless you want to see the butterfly flying that way, so why not? Paper clips. I've got paper clips on flare, so who knew? This is the, well, let's go glitter. I've got a glitter flare. See, Adam, he was rejecting the notion of glitter and said, oh, I hate this stuff. But he made us some glitter flare, and I'm going to use it. And stars. I need stars, right? And then we're going to go to silver. See, ordinarily this silver and glitter and flare would give me 3 points, but this is not a stacking day. Okay, there. Wood grain. I have a wood grain flare right here. And I'm going to kind of put it right there. I have a sloth, a sleepy crafty thought sloth from Karen's DT set. And I have a rainbow shape right there. Hedgehog, I'm going to maybe put right here because he's facing this way. I have a heart that actually is in colors that go nicely with that popcorn. Here's the flower, the other floral. Birthday, I've got flare that actually says happy birthday. It's apropos of nothing on this page other than a lot of the stuff that's in the photo might be something I got for my birthday. So that's about as far as the meaningfulness is going to go. I've got a grid paper. This flare, you know, of course, the flares are all made with paper. So that one actually is grid paper. Let me put a colorful one here. And the black and white dot there. We'll go with the pineapple one here. Right in there. And a cup. This could count as green or the heart or the coffee. It doesn't need to count as coffee because I have these coffee cups. If I counted this as the coffee and got my heart and green elsewhere, then I could use that as blue and yellow together. But, and this is where it begins to get kind of complicated as you're counting up your points. Okay, so this is another floral cluster that can go right here. But I'm going to put this somewhere. I'm going to put it right there. Here. And here. Okay, now there's a requirement for a layered sticker, and I had a layered sticker here. So I'm going to put this guy, okay, what did I do? Well, I'll just use liquid glue. I could use another dot, I guess. I'm going to put as many points as will fit inside here. And when they stop fitting, I'll stop adding points. I'm going to kind of tuck that behind there. There's a puffy sticker and phrase stickers. I'm going to go, do I have a star on there? I know I have a star. I have a, there you go, I have a flare with stars. So this puffy sticker can count just as a puffy sticker. It doesn't have to be my star. And I can put it maybe like right there. Okay, and let's see what else fits in here. Don't need anything from that tray. Let's look at this tray. Wood veneer. I don't have any wood veneer on there. And for this wood veneer, it doesn't have to be a tropical leaf. It can just be a leaf. I actually have some smaller wood veneer. I don't know if I have any in this box. I do not. Oh yes, here you go. I have a tiny wood veneer heart. And I think it would go nicely right in there. Okay. And I have an arrow. There's an arrow on this flare. And so I don't need this little tiny arrow. Tropical foliage or flowers, I have my hibiscus, so I don't need anything else from there. I do need a shamrock. And I need something fussy cut. So let me fussy cut a small shamrock out of this tag. And I can probably put it on top of a flare. It's small enough, and it could work for that. We'll put it maybe here on the green heart. Okay. And an avocado, of course. We got to have our avocado, but I might actually, well, yeah, let's do one of these little avocados. In fact, I already have some that are cut out. And I need a cloud shape. So we'll get that done too. The avocado, I think I need to put over in the photo cluster. This is how I roll during Calvinball because of the scrapocado mascot. Okay, here is a cloud shape that maybe could go right here and kind of overlapping on the photo. Why not? Or we could put it over here right beside the rainbow. There we go. And unicorn. I have this unicorn. I think I'm going to cut its little head off and kind of, let's see. How about I have the unicorn like that under the rainbow? We'll do that. I think this may be one of my last pieces of ephemera. It's actually, it normally would count as a die cut, but I'm going to have to use something else. Let's see. I'll do that. Okay, so that bucket gets filled back up. I'm not beyond using the bottom part of it on a different layout, so I'm going to keep that. And I think it would still count. Okay, camera. Don't need a camera because I have that stamped one, but I have this vellum one, and we do need vellum. So I'm maybe gonna kind of squinch it down there somehow. Or let's see if I can scooch it under there. Okay. And that, if I push it down far enough, I will worry about gluing that later, but right now it's great to fill in there. I need an arrow. Let's see. There's the arrow there. Never mind. I don't need the arrow. So that goes back in there. I've got gold. I don't need... biscuits. Let's see. Okay, I need acrylic, and I've got the acrylic tape roller and the little scissors. I need silver, but I've got a silver flare. I've got stars galore there. I don't think I need anything from that bucket. Don't think I need anything from here. But let's see, airplane. I do not have an airplane, and I don't have a sunflower. So I've got my sunflower here, and I can, because I have sunflowers on my desk, always. I'm gonna kind of scooch that right there. Disney, I also need Disney, and what I have are these mini, this is a mini bow tie, and I'm gonna put it maybe up here by the black and white stars. Is that the way that goes? I need to look at a picture. I'm actually gonna turn it up, like, y'all are gonna laugh at me. I'm gonna go look at a picture after this, and if I did that wrong, I'll fix it. B, I have a B right there, but you really can't see it because of this flare. I'm okay with that. B, there's a B, and there's a B right there on that flare, so I'm not worried about my B. Ephemera, I have this little torn ticket bit, and I'm gonna glue it up. Well, actually, I'm gonna, oh, you know what? I can't use staple because I ran out. I have to refill my staple gun. I'm going to use staples on something. Kind of scooch that down there, and that's my torn ticket. I need washi tape, and I have this washi tape hibiscus that actually I like this washi tape fern leaf, whatever we're calling it these days, and I may be able to put it right there and have it kind of hang over there, and I can put some enamel dots or something, or sequins right there. Okay, we're getting down to where there's a house point, and I've got the house point for that. There's a hand-colored image point, and I'm gonna quickly hand color my what am I want to hand color? I was thinking I'd hand color the circles on the mushroom, but I may do the hibiscus. And that kind of reinforces the heart shape there. I'll do the center and then go around the edges. Okay, so that's done. Gosh, what else can I do? I have room in here, and you know it breaks my heart to leave space like that. I'm gonna start right now. I've got some sequins. This sequin mix is called Call Me Crafty, and since this is about my craft space, I'm just gonna start putting a bunch of sequins in through here. And before I start putting the sequins down, I'm going to do a couple of enamel dots in some spaces that look a little bit empty. And then I have bling to add as well, but I want the sequins all to kind of be together there. Let's see, this is that enamel dot can go right there, and this little green one can go here. And let's see, a dark green can go maybe, where can it go? It can go right there. And then bling. Let's get a sheet of bling. And we have this, which I'm going to put right here on top of the flare. And I'll put this pink up here. I was going to do it right here in the camera lens. Ah, come on. Okay. It's as hard to do without turning the page. So I'm going to turn the page and drag it out from under there and press it down where it seems to belong. Oh, and then I have sequins kind of flying all over the place, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. I'm just gonna start. I've got bling on there. Let me see. I did want to do another color of bling. This blue I thought might be cute right over there. And why don't we just empty the sheet of bling? I need red because there's a lot of red in the photo, right? So we kind of want, let's put some red. Gosh, it would be cool right there, huh? Maybe I'm going to change my mind and I'll just kind of put it right there. And I'll put this back. Okay, now we're going to start doing sequins. And it's going to be like a giant fake shaker pocket. I love these little copper radiating pieces. Okay, and I love this kind of dark coppery pink. I don't know if that's an apt description of it. But I love when the mixes include something like that. Okay, and I had some more glue up there. So let me do that right there. And let me do one of those pretty ones right here. And there's a spot right there, so I'm going to do another one of these. Okay, I think I'm done. Janet, I apologize in advance because I'm having a hard time seeing that that's a heart shape, but it's fun anyway. And I got an amazing number of Calvinball points, even on a no stacking day, by with all of these flares. So I'm thinking I met the requirements for my DT page, other than I was supposed to use the the sketch, and it looks like I totally corrupted the sketch. But I think as Calvinball pages go, this has to be one of my more favorite ones. I do, the photo was taken the other day just to kind of, as an illustration of the cleanup project I had just done. And I had completely reorganized everything that was in there, taken out everything that no longer counted as a point, and really having handy all the stuff that did count as points. And after today, I'm going to have to completely redo that again. But, you know, you get a Calvinball point for doing that. So one thing I did not do are any ink splatters or buttons, and those are added to. And I didn't do any sewing. I had thought about maybe doing a stitch or two on this this little my photo cluster, but I forgot. So there'll be some things missing. This is not by any chance going to have any 3+ photos, for example. So there's only one. And phrase stickers, I made a phrase sticker there, but that I don't think counts. So there may be a few things that I add, but by and large, this is my finished page, and I thank you all for watching. Hope it inspires you in some way instead of absolutely driving you nuts. So, bye.